everyone, welcome to Ankita's tutorial. Today we will discuss about RDBMS. Sorry for last 1 to 2 weeks I was unable to upload any videos as the festive season was going on, but now I am all set to give you back-to-back videos. So today we will discuss about RDBMS. So before proceeding the video, if you are new to my channel, then please do subscribe my channel and do not forget to like, comment and share my video. So let's get started. So today we will discuss about the concept is RDBMS. So before discussing RDBMS, in my last class I have already told you DBMS should come into the picture when you have a huge volume of data. So it's very important that data should be organized in a structured format, means in a systematic manner, so that it will be easy for us to access or handle those data, or whatever may be the operation we want to perform, we can perform on those data. So for that only RDBMS concept has been introduced. Now what is RDBMS? Data are stored in multiple table. In relational database, data are stored in multiple table, and this is relational because the values within each table are related with each other. Means we will store the data in a tabular format, and so that the values of each table will be related with another table, means they will share some common field within those table. Now what is the example of RDBMS? MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, Sybase, these are the example of RDBMS. Now what is table? Table is nothing but called as a relation. So and table is a combination of row and columns. So here I have made a student table. I have named a student table, and you can see here class, name, percentage, these are the student table information. So here the class information of class will be stored, here the information of student and name will be stored, and the percentage will be stored. So here the table is the combination of row and column, and row is known as the record and tuple, and column is known as the field or attributes. These are the rows and these are the columns, and column is known as the degree of a relation, and row is known as the cardinality of relation. So here I have the 4 rows. So our cardinality of relation is 4 and degree of a relation is 3 columns. So 3, the degree of relation is 3. Now what is domain? A set of allowed values for one or more attributes. Suppose I have set a phone number for a student that is 10 digit. If anybody will enter 9 digit, then it will display an error message because I have set the value that 10 digit for a phone number. So that is known as the domain. But suppose here now I will move to this table. In student table, here the information of class, and another concept, row always store, each row store the information of a student. Now what is the class, name and percentage, but each column stores the same set of information. Means class means only class information, name means what is the name, and percentage means what is the percentage of a student. Now suppose the name here, suppose I want to enter percentage of student XY, but both cases are same. So whom should I enter first? Now this is the technique where the key concept will be really helpful for us. Now what is the key concept and how it is helpful? Let's see that. What is key? Key is an attribute or set of attributes that identify row or tuple in a relation. That is table. Table is nothing but a relation. So they allow us to find relationship between two tables. Okay. Now because in the real world application, a table can store thousands and thousands of records. So there can be chances the record can be duplicated. So the key concept ensures us that the record that we store in the table, it can uniquely identify the table or record. So here that's why we are studying the key concept. So first concept that is coming under the key is super key. So what is a super key? A group of single or multiple key which identifies rows in a table. Here I have mentioned an employee table. Okay. Now here what is the information about employee ID, employee number, employee name. So here in this case my employee ID and employee number are the key, that is the super key. Okay. Next concept coming under key is primary key. Primary key is a column or group of column that uniquely identify tuple in that relation. So a table cannot have more than one primary key, and the primary key value cannot be null. the table cannot have more than one primary key means the value of primary key cannot be duplicated, means no two tuple have the same value. And here I have again taken an example of student table. Here, as you can see here, I have mentioned student ID, roll number, name and email. So I have chosen student ID as my primary key, because if I want to search for a particular student, then I'll simply go for the student ID, then I'll get entire information of the student. It means by getting the student ID as my primary key, I can access the information of the particular student which I want. Next concept is the alternate key. Concept is alternate key. So what is alternate key? A table can have multiple choice of primary key, but only one can be selected as the primary key, and all the other keys which are not primary key are known as the alternate key. So let's see. Here in the student table, I have mentioned student ID. All are now student ID, roll number, mail ID, all are qualified to become a primary key. But already I have chosen student ID as my primary key. So now my roll number and email ID are my alternate key. So the motivation of alternate key is also to uniquely identify the tuple in a relationship. Candidate key also uniquely identify the tuple in the relation. So the primary key should be selected from the candidate key only. So every table must have a single or multiple candidate key. So here in this table, student ID, roll number, email ID, all are the candidate key which are uniquely identified, which help us to uniquely identify the student information. Now these the student ID, roll number, email ID, all are the candidate key, means they are the candidate. These are one of the candidate, you can say, which helps us to identify the primary key of the table. What is foreign key? Foreign key also helps us to uniquely identify the tuple in the relation. So it is a column that creates a relationship between two tables, and it acts as a cross reference between two tables, and as it refers to the primary key of another table. Now how it's working, let's take an example. Here I have mentioned two tables because foreign key concept always implemented in two tables. Now for my first table is the department table, my next table is the teacher table. Here I have mentioned department code, department name, and in teacher table there is teacher ID, first name, last name. But if we want to connect these two tables, we can't establish any connection because we don't know which teacher is working under which department. So by entering department code as a foreign key in the teacher table, we can get the information of the teacher. So here I have chosen department code is my primary key. So now the primary key of this first table, means this department table, will become the foreign key of the second table. So if I will create my new table, then my ID is teacher ID, next is the department code, next first name and last name. So here this table, this teacher table, we refer from department code. So this is known as the रेफरेंशियल इंटीग्रिटी, बिकॉज ये इसमें से हम लोग ये रेफर करता है ये टीचर टेबल से लेके डिपार्टमेंट टेबल तक. सो नाउ यू कैन सी फॉरेन की इज नथिंग बट द कंसेप्ट ऑफ combining of two table to create a relationship between two table. So the motivation of all key concept is to uniquely identify the tuple in order to avoid the duplication of the data. Value of the keys cannot be null. Another concept that is coming under primary key, we can change the value of primary key frequently, because if it will be referred to foreign key another table, then if we will change the value of primary key, then it will be reflected in the foreign key table concept. So value of primary key cannot be changed.